Oh, good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Today would have been a good day to get up earlier than I did, but I didn't get up earlier than I did because we have our Zoom call today at 2, and the more notice you get, the more likely you can come. But oh well. I hope you can come. Good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. It's sunglasses time again. I never did find my sunglasses that were reading glasses. I have no idea what I did with them. So anyway, 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time is our Zoom today. And I'm going to be out here, although it's kind of breezy out here. I mean, so it's slightly cool on my arms, but really yummy, especially in the sun. Charging my laptop, so make sure it's completely full, because taking apart my charging station so that I could charge it out here would be a real pain in the neck, which I'm willing to do if I have to. Yeah, last month I kind of had something that I had to go to anyway, and so it worked out, but it felt like it wasn't, it was only 2 hours. Woodpecker. Good morning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm feeling pretty good today, considering. We met the lawyer at the county courthouse. So Dennis is now also an executor. He's officially the executor, although he doesn't have the paperwork to prove it yet. So we're starting to call our house the executive suite, the executor's suite. A lot of executoring going on around here. So I left the meeting with Peter with one tiny thing to do, and then I got home and he sent me 2 more emails. So I have things to do this weekend that I think will finish things up. And yeah, we are very close to done with my mom's estate. I mean, we're going to have to do a tax return next year, just like we're going to have to do a tax return on my sister's trust. But in terms of all the work and the most things going on, I think we are good after I do these things on the weekend. Peter did call me after I got home, but I was on the phone. I was on the phone for an hour and a half yesterday with our electric company. Now, just to be clear, almost entirely my fault. Well, it's entirely their fault, but the reason it got so complicated was my fault. So, last year at some time, and Dennis went through his texts from our PICO, which is our electric company, because we get a text to tell us that our power is out, which is nice if you're not home to know that. But if you're sitting there in the dark, you already friggin' know it, right? So I asked him to go back to try to figure out the beginning problem, because it was a power outage. And he gave me a couple dates that he thinks it could have been the power outage. So I have to go back now through my vlogs to those dates and around those dates to figure out which one is the, original issue. So the problem is that our property next door, back during one of these, we had power to that place, because we turned on lights and stuff. I mean, we weren't running the heat or anything. There's no appliances in there or anything, but there's light bulbs. And Dennis was parking the lawnmower in the garage, so he needed lights to get to the garage and whatever. So, so we had power over there, and we were paying pretty much usually 5 cents above the minimum. So sometime last year, and I think it was probably around September, a huge storm came in and a tree went down over by our property next door and took the power lines down. And so we didn't have any power, and they fixed the power, but the line going from the electrical pole to the house next door went down, and it was in a dangerous position if anybody were ever there, which they aren't. But, you know, like it was laying on the ground. And the guy who was there, and to be honest, I think it was like a power company from Georgia had come up to help with this storm. It was a big storm. And he said, you have to have that fixed immediately, or we can cut the power to that, you know, line that's on the ground. We can do that, but you know, it can't be like this. And we said, okay, just cut the power, because we don't use this property, and we're not going to go get an electrician to hook up to a house that is on our list of things to demolish, because it's not livable. It's uninhabitable. It's how bad it is. So, so we said, just cut the power. So this was like a year ago, September. Well, we're on auto pay, and of course, we've been paying $10 a month for the connection to that house, which doesn't exist and hasn't existed since that storm. Now, you would think in the year plus a year, because I think it was September, in the year intervening, I would have done something about to stop charging us the $10 friggin' dollars, you know, because it's automatically taken. They don't even send bills anymore. So I didn't do that. Although a couple months ago, I tried to do it because I got annoyed, and I'm like, this is ridiculous, Barb. Just take care of this, you know, procrastinator girl. So I tried to, but I got on the phone, and I was on the phone holding so long before I could talk to anybody that I just left it. Well, yesterday, and I don't know why we got something in the mail. Yesterday we got a thing in the mail. Maybe it was a notice, I don't know, for $20. And so Dennis is like, they doubled the price of this. This is ridiculous. I'm like, all right, I'm making a phone call. I don't think they actually doubled. I think it was 2 months being billed just because of the way the time came. But that's neither here nor there. So I got on the phone to Pico, and they actually answered their phone after only a few minutes of waiting. And I got this lovely girl, Jackie, who was very nice, and I was very nice. I explained the situation, and it did, you know, it took a long time to compute. I mean, I told her what was going on, and, you know, I was on hold for the vast majority of that 90 minutes because I tell her something new, and she's like, oh, okay, please hold on. And she'd go off to try to find somebody who could help me, or to help her help me. So, oh, I might not be out here because we have discovered wasps. We have the pesticide people coming. I think there's a wasp nest in the mint. So anyway, not exactly sure where my thread was, but it took me, you know, so she went back and she says, oh, well, they put in a new meter in July. I'm like, first of all, I live next door. We didn't see any meter people going over there. Second of all, why wouldn't they have let me know that they were going to do something at the property? And third, it doesn't make any difference. The problem isn't the meter. See, they're getting meter readings of 0. And so they think there's a problem with the meter. And in fact, a few months ago, and I don't remember how long ago, might have been as far as March, or a woman contacted us saying that she was a contractor for Pico, and they wanted to review the meter because they were seeing 0 charges. And so they thought somebody was stealing their electricity. So I said, great, and I told her how to get there, but I never saw her get there. I don't think she figured out how to get to the property, because we never, you know, we don't drive on the driveway. The driveway's overgrown, you know. I mean, it's not obvious how to get to this place. And so they at some point noticed that there was 0 meterage. Ugh. I got a bee. Or a wasp. Get away. Get away. Excuse me. I'm very intimidating as soon as I get up. Ah, there he is. I'm pretty sure I didn't spray my coffee. I did spray my arm. So anyway, I explained again, the problem wasn't the meter. The problem is there's no power going to this house. And, you know, this is, and I'm talking to the woman in billing. I don't know who to call about this, right? And I will reiterate, she was lovely. So anyway, 90 minutes. You know, so I said, and I've been paying this for at least a year, but I don't remember exactly when the storm was. But you can go back and look at your records, because before the power was cut, there was a little bit of meterage and a little bit of charge on that bill, but afterwards there never was. So to make a long story long, I mean, it took a while, because she said, okay, well, I'm going to mark your account as closed and, you know, take this bill off. But I just want you to understand that this is just the minimum charge we've been charging you. I said, yeah, I understand it. It's a connection fee. And I understand a connection fee, and, you know, it makes perfect sense to me, except I am not connected. This property is not connected and hasn't been connected for a year. You know, it doesn't compute. So anyway, she's put, okay, so I'm disputing how much they've taken out of my account since the storm. That's why this is so complicated. Because I'm like, give me my money back. What the heck? So she's canceled that account. She's dropped the charges that are currently pending. And she's put in a dispute. Excuse me. I'm ready. I don't think that bee will be back now, because I put the towel over my coffee because I don't want to spray my coffee. And with the coffee covered, it probably won't come back. Anyway, so we have an official dispute in the system now, and in theory, I just sprayed my camera. I just sprayed my phone. That wasp is going. Hold on, I'll fix you. Oh man, I think I can attach. Those two. Just messed up my video. All right, well, we'll see if I can't edit this together pretty easily. Damn. But I think I got the wasp. I had to get it or I wouldn't be able to do my zoom out here. Anyway, so my jobs for the weekend are a bunch of stuff for Peter, and to figure out, looking back at my vlogs, like at the end of September 2024, I think is the one. So we shall see. Dennis gave me a couple of dates it could be. So I'm going to go. I think I'm going to be able to attach this to the back of the other video I made. If not, then you'll never know, because I'll have to start over. Meanwhile, please come to the Zoom, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And, yeah. Flame and Fiber's podcast Ravelry group has the link. If you've been before, it's the same link. Please come. It's a fun time. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Stay safe and stay sane.